Hi.
Samantha Younes, Katy Kavanaugh, Americans for International Children's Film.
It's so nice to see you again.
Yeah, thanks for doing this.
Of course.
I mean,
It's my absolute pleasure.
this is the beginning
Yes.
of what has needed to happen for a long time.
I agree.
You know,
Yeah.
forging a more powerful, united group who wants to bring international films for young audiences to the U.S.
Yes.
More of them.
Yes.
And it's such a wide open market, I think.
It's incredible. It's incredible because the talent is, it has no bounds. These amazing filmmakers are everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's incredible the amount of high quality films that are out there for kids. It really is.
And why do you think they're not getting shown?
Well, I think they're not getting shown because of the onslaught of mass-produced, highly funded media that crowds out smaller films, and
Yeah.
children aren't exposed to these films that have a different pacing, a different point of view, a different visual style, because they just don't have access to it. And I think
Yeah.
parents are so busy today, caregivers are so busy today that maybe they're not taking the time to look past the Disney and the Pixar to find films that are a little bit different for their kids. I think that's one of the reasons.
Yeah,
I think
I'm rolling up my sleeve for this conversation.
That's a good metaphor for what we're doing.
Right, exactly.
I think also they're not being seen because we're a little shut off from the rest of the world, and we have a very narrow idea of the kinds of things we should be watching, and we forget that we're really all the same. And
Yeah.
it's important to look at art from all different points of view from the world.
The American isolationism tends to
Yes.
pop up in the oddest places, doesn't it?
It really does, and it's, there's probably reasons why you don't see kids carrying lunch boxes with the red balloon on them, or other international children's films that marketing and the merchandising of these huge films kind of engulfs.
This was one of the cries that I heard and still hear for years from world sales agents and producers, is that all of the time slots in the U.S. are taken by domestic production.
Yeah.
So the big companies, of course, they have the capacity to do that. And to our detriment, I'm afraid.
Yes,
I'm
I agree.
afraid. And the things that can benefit, of course, are seeing the world earlier on, starting to form your own opinion about the world much earlier on, discerning, artistic discernment, what do I like, what do I not like, and why, much earlier on.
Cultural capital.
Cultural capital.
So that's a huge gift we can give our
Yeah.
children. It really is.
Yeah. Language.
Yes.
Language immersion potential. An hour of an international film transports you to another
It
world
really does.
where you have the opportunity to hear that language
Yeah.
and see it translated through subtitles.
Yeah, or hear it sometimes if you're lucky enough to
Right.
be an actor to do a read over.
Yeah. So you're doing that with your film festival
You know,
of Portland Children's.
We're hoping to do it next year as we get more films and having films that are longer, sort of feature-length films, to get actors to come in and translate. But I know it's the international standard, and I think it's a really beautiful aspect of going to see an international children's film.
Yeah, that's kind of a segue for one of the, we figured out some questions. The acceptance or rejection question.
Yes.
One of my rejections was the Randall Children's Film Festival. It was Screen 360 Films for Children of the World, the touring program that I produced in San Francisco and Sonoma, Portland, up here with the Northwest Film Center, and then with the Hollywood, and in rural Oregon, Vail.
Right.
And it was at the Randall Museum, wonderful children's museum on the top of a hill in San Francisco, where I went as a kid. And we were showing a film with simultaneous translation. And a woman came out, and I was busy doing something. She came out yelling, "What is this? I can't stand this. This person is talking over." And I explained to her this is the international standard.
Right.
We turn down the volume a little bit so that children can hear in their native language the dialogue, and then they can make the association with the subtitles. And the woman said, well, it's just not working. And you know, that's the trade-off, because it does work for kids.
Yeah, I know I've been lucky enough to be an audience at the BAM Kids Film Festival in New York, and I've seen several films there with children, and those kids are silent and totally and just enwrapped in what's going on during films where there's a live translation going on. It's such a special gift. I don't think we're giving kids enough credit that they can really understand what's going on and quickly have that translation in their mind happening. Like, oh, that's what they said in their language. I heard it in my own language. Carrying on with the plot.
Yeah.
Set my timer. Pardon me. And I know we've spoken about this before, but I think international films is really giving children a gigantic amount of empathy, the ability to have empathetic values for children of different cultures, countries, religions, races. And
themselves.
And
the people sitting right next to them in the audience. Empathy 5 ways.
Yes.
Sounds like a Chinese plate.
But a very important, a very, very important thing, and I think something that is lacking in a lot of mainstream children's films.
Yeah. That's a segue. What's one of your favorite films?
Oh gosh, one of my favorite children's films.
Yeah.
No, I really love Spirited Away. I think that's a film that really just blew my mind, and Howl's Moving Castle. And lately I saw My Life as a Zucchini.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
It's incredible. It's really, really wonderful. But I've really enjoyed a lot of the short films that came out recently. Last year at our film festival, at the Portland Kids Film Festival, we showed Munya and Me, which is
taking notes.
A stop animation film from the Netherlands, and it's for an older crowd, and it's an anti-bullying hip-hop musical masterpiece, and it was just gorgeous. It was visually gorgeous, emotionally gorgeous. The music was great. I loved seeing that. That was one of my favorites recently. That really, really spoke to me.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah, and also My Grandfather Was a Cherry Tree, a short animated film out of Russia last year.
I didn't see that one. Yeah. I don't think it was in Berlin.
Oh, it was great, and it was a really important point of view to have different cultures look at death, look at time, look at family, what the meaning of family is after someone has passed away, and I think that resonated with a lot of the audience members. I had a lot of parents come up to me and tell me that film really touched them. So that was really fun to see. I love hearing what the audiences have to say.
Yeah. Do you have a Q&A afterwards?
Of course you do. Yes, and we have ballots as well. And
good.
Always my personal favorite is never the audience favorite, which is one of my favorite things about it, is that I'm really learning everyone else's point of view and what they like, and it helps me get out of my zone of just kind of cherry picking films that I want to see.
But that when you choose,
yes,
that must be one of the things that you have to address is, do you love this film?
Yeah, I had a couple of films that I didn't necessarily personally love, but I knew other people would, and I knew they were important films to show, and other people did love them, and so kind of getting out of my comfort zone a little bit has been important. Of course, 99% of the films I love and I'm bowled over by. But
where are you going for? Are you going to Toronto or for the films? Yeah.
I get a lot of the films through being a member of ECFA.
Right.
A lot of the films are just being, a lot of filmmakers are contacting me directly, which is really great. And I've had relationships with New York International Film Festival.